Where to eat in Paris now? 7 must-try restaurants. As far as I'm concerned, the prettiest sights in Paris are found on a plate. Or in a bowl. And occasionally, a coffee cup. The map of the city I keep in my head isn't of monuments and museums, it's of bistros and brasseries. You want a view of the Eiffel Tower? I say go to Monsieur Bleu. Spending the afternoon at the Musée d'Orsay? Head to dinner at Cinq Mars. Wandering around the Arc de Triomphe. Circle back to Il Carpaccio. And as with many of my favorite food cities, such as Hong Kong, Tokyo, Montreal, and New Orleans, you have to work very hard to find a truly woeful meal. The best part? You can work off all the calories when you want to visit all of those other tourist attractions. Here are 7 of my favorites right now. Monsieur Bleu. 20, Avenue de New York 75116 Paris. A favorite of the fashion set, Monsieur Bleu at the Palais de Tokyo, is a place to see and be seen. Bankers, models, and fashion insiders all seek to dine chic to chic here. And while the food and the service are solid, you really come here for that true Parisian sport, people watching. It's modern and it's, more often than not, energetic. Plus, if you're dining al fresco, Monsieur Bleu has a perfect view of the Eiffel Tower. Visit at least once. Cinq Mars. 51 Rue de Verneuil, 75007 Paris. My first time at Cinq Mars was confusing. We had ordered a country terrine to start. Then a massive ceramic dish that could have fed 5 families arrived. Next came a giant, and I mean enormous, jar of cornichons. Apparently, we were to serve ourselves and take as much as we could handle. The same thing happened when we asked for the chocolate mousse. And to me, someone who spurns all things overly precious, Cinq Mars was the dream. It was just perfect. So it's now on the rotation whenever I visit. The seasonal menu is always simple and made with super fresh ingredients. You can't go wrong with this gem of a restaurant, just make sure to call ahead and book a table. Frenchy to go. 9 Rue du Nil, 75002 Paris. Frenchy has long been the talk of the town, plus go-to restaurant of the bright and hip, and for good reason. But its sister restaurant, Frenchy to go, has a lot to offer too. For one thing, it's the go-to place when you've been in Paris for several days and in dire need of something that's not French. Perhaps you've had too many plates of steak frites. Maybe you're over boeuf bourguignon and coq au vin. Or you just don't care for salads, composes and cheese courses. Whatever the cause of your French food overload, Frenchy to go won't disappoint. They serve a killer pastrami sandwich, the fish and chips plate is delicious, and the lobster roll is awesome. They even have pulled pork and hot dogs. Pro tip, come early. The space is minuscule and almost always packed. Café de Abattoirs. 10 Rue Gambast, 75001 Paris. It wouldn't be wise to bring a vegetarian to this carnicentric temple. But for fans of all things porcine and bovine, Café de Abattoirs is hog, and cow, heaven. Owned by Caroline and Sophie Restang, the daughters of Michelin-starred chef Michel Restang, the restaurant is as straightforward as it gets. There are only 3 prix choices on the dinner menu in addition to starters, sides, and desserts. And all 3-course formulas are excellent. And if you would rather go for lunch, the €22 prix is a steal. This meat-driven restaurant only serves 3 prix options for dinner in addition to extra starters, sides, and dessert.